We have an epidemic in this population, and I might say needlessly.
At the beginning and end of the day, any good man, but in particular any black man, has to be able to turn water into wine.
And then, you know, you don't have a job, then you can't get anything at all.
You couldn't pay me to go get too far.
When we're talking about poverty, it is unfortunately a multi-pronged socioeconomic status.
Straight is the way to destruction, but narrow is the way to God.
I usually just eat out of the trash and get white boxes and stuff. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's surprising.
The lack of. When you are poor, when you are broke, the first thing you need on your mind is money. Even before you say, man, I need something to eat. How can you get something to eat if you don't have the money for it?
When we're talking about poverty, it is unfortunately a multi-pronged socioeconomic status.
I'm a correctional officer at the Juvenile Detention Center here in Savannah, Georgia. And so I, on a daily basis, get to see the worst of the worst. To me, the working poor is a large group that describes any and every man and woman who busts their behind every day in whatever profession they have to make basically chump change just to break even.
The working poor to me would be the average American. You don't realize really how poor you are because you're caught up in everything else around you. The Joneses effects, you're caught up in, okay, I have a Mercedes or I have a Lexus, I'm cool. No, that's just materialistic. As long as you're working under someone and you have to live paycheck to paycheck, you're still poor.
Working poor, in my opinion, could be anyone from assistant manager to a worker at McDonald's. It doesn't take anything but one or two paychecks to put you in a rut where you're not able to pay your bills and put you in a bad predicament.
So the working poor is going to consist of anyone who is working 25 or more hours per week, but they're working at the point of minimum wage up to about $15 an hour. And so when you think about persons who might have multi-members in their household, perhaps they're a single parent, they have 1, 2, or 3 or more children, and they're only making $15 an hour or less, that would be categorized as our working poor.
Depression comes in, anger comes in, schizophrenia, advanced disorders, advanced conditions of that state of mind, and then they put you on medicine.
Straight is the way to destruction, but narrow is the way to glory.
Amen.
And I always stress this for everybody. We talk about how other people be treating us. And, you know, always keep this in mind, you must have real faith to live out here in the streets. You must understand this. Yea, do I send you a sheep amongst the wolves? That's what the wolf is. It's the government. It's the elements. It's, the people that belittle you. That's the wolf. You the sheep. I'm the sheep.
You go to a soup kitchen line, you walk all across town to burn all these calories to eat like one little plate of food, to walk all the way back, and you just burned out all what you just ate. And to wait in there, it's like throwing a piece of bread to a whole bunch of pigeons.
Getting out of jail, that felony record, and just putting that on the application can pretty much get you denied a job. And then, you don't have a job, then you can't get anything at all.
At the beginning and end of the day, any good man, but in particular any black man, has to be able to turn water into wine with no water and no grapes.
The freedom we get out here is America. This is what you call the land of opportunity. So I can go from this tent to a Benz if I just put my mind right.
Some of those kids have the utmost extremes of anger and rage and depression. And because they are, in my opinion, basically caged animals, their psychological processes are out there.
Nutrition is very important when we're talking about our growth and development. It's extremely important in terms of making sure that there is appropriate brain functionality. We need nutrients in order to make sure that we grow and develop appropriately. And so when we miss meals, when we're not eating food that is full of nutrition, for example, if we have a diet that is high in fats and low in vitamins, all of that is going to affect our development. I think one of the things that we really have to think about doing is increasing the minimum wage. A person who is working full-time should not be struggling to take care of their family.
I think a lot of times we become a product of society.
Some of the people or guys that I've met here, some might have lost a loved one, and that can lead to homelessness. Again, depression, suicidal thoughts. I guess it's a mental illness issue.
If you let something mentally affect you, it'll get into your subconscious. It's going to be there. It's going to manifest in your everyday routine, your daily life, and you're going to become what you're scared of becoming. I think it's being a form of brainwash.
They're probably not doing enough, but they're doing as well as they can based on the governmental structure that we currently have. I really think it is the responsibility of individuals who are in the same community, in the same town, to help support each other. Sometimes we tend to overlook the working poor, and we also tend to blame the working poor when they're actually doing everything that they can to take care of their families appropriately. And so I think as a society we have to get out and vote for those persons who are going to make sure that every American has the opportunity to have appropriate opportunities. And also we need to make sure that we are supporting those agencies that try to support families in terms of providing them with meals and shelter and that type of thing.
Very few actually want to be homeless. It's just a matter of having affordable housing.
I think if you are fortunate enough where you have enough most of the time, then we have some responsibility to make sure that we give back as well. So I don't think it's solely on our government to try to fix everything.